Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you want to see how I created this beautiful look, then keep on watching. First of all, I started off with her brows, and the brow product I use is Spiked Brow Pencil from MAC. I created a little line at the bottom of her brow and at the top as well, and filled it in ever so slightly all throughout. Again, I'm creating feather hair-like strokes throughout her brows and filling it in ever so slightly. I don't put too much pressure, because if I put too much pressure it will come out too dark and it will look unnatural, and we don't want that. Next up, I'm using my concealer in the shade NC45, I believe, and then I'm placing that all over her lid and cleaning up her brows as well. And like always, this is gonna work as our eyeshadow primer, and all the eyeshadow is gonna last long on our eyes, and the colors will come out a bit brighter as well. Next step, I just blended out that concealer using a fluffy brush. I'm sure at this point you guys won't remember all these steps, but you know, I have to include it in my videos. The next step I did was using a bronzer. It's a Mineralise Skin Finish powder in a deep dark shade, on a fluffy brush, and I popped that on her inner corner of her eyes and then the outer as well. So basically I'm putting that first shade, which is like a bronzer shade, just under her brows, keeping it very close to her nose. And then I deepened it with the burnt orange eyeshadow using the same eyeshadow brush to clean up or maybe like carve out the crease. Well, I didn't carve out the crease, I just wanted to create a shape. And I used the same brush, same concealer, and clean out the excess eyeshadow from the lid. I basically wanted to create a negative space on a lid. Yeah, so I'm just popping that on her lid, and I then took a very light foundation powder and I popped it into her lid. So if you could see, you can see the color is only right under her brows, not all over her crease. And then for her waterline I use a gel liner like always, and then I created a winged liner as well. I use angled brush for this step. I'm sorry, I'm basically covering all of her eyes, but yeah, I created a winged liner. Again, I'm not being very precise with it. I'm just creating a shape which is gonna complement her eye shape. And then I blended it out using a dense fluffy brush. I kind of smoked it out, like smudgy liner look. You can leave the liner very sharp as well, because it's really nice, especially if you're not using like crazy colors on the eyes. Having like a statement black liner is always a statement basically. Here I'm just like smudging it out. And then to deepen it out, I used black eyeshadow as well on top of the liner. So I used black gel liner and then smudged it out, and then used black eyeshadow. Here I prep the skin, and then I'm using a foundation. The foundation I picked up this time was Prolongwear Waterproof Nourishing Foundation by MAC. Again, it's a full coverage foundation, but really nice skin-like finish. And since it's waterproof, so it's like, you know, it stays on your skin even if you're sweating, or you know, maybe you're swimming, I don't know. Here I'm using a very bright color concealer under our eyes. Yeah, if you look at my tutorials, I use the same brush for many things. So the same brush I use to carve out her brows, I use for carving out her crease. And I use the same brush to pop on foundation on her face. And I am using the same flat brush to put the concealer on her face now. So yeah, So all the areas where you want to highlight and brighten the face, so under our eyes, on our nose, on our chin, and the forehead as well. And then I use a sponge to blend that concealer out. I really enjoy these triangle sponges, which I got it when I was working for MAC. Yeah, still love using these sponges because they're so soft, and after one use I can just like throw in a bin, so it's very hygienic as well. Yeah, here I'm just blending that out. Again, I go back in with my foundation brush and then blend even more further, so there is no harsh lines even after I've blended it out with the sponge. Sometimes sponge can leave a bit of streak, so to make sure that there is no streaks or harsh lines, I go back in with the foundation brush. Here I'm just using Laura Mercier powder and then pressed it under eyes. So all the areas where I could put concealer, I use Laura Mercier powder to set her face. For the rest of her face, I use Mineralise Skin Finish powder in a shade dark on a fluffy brush, and placed it everywhere else except her under eyes and the areas where I use Laura Mercier powder. Yeah, so you can already see that foundation gave us really flawless skin. So, you know, if you're looking for something really full coverage yet very natural, try and find your shade in Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. Here I'm bronzing up her face, the same bronzer I use on her eyes, a dark deep Mineralise Skin Finish powder. For this look, I did not want to use any dark contour, so I'm just bronzing up her face, add color and dimension back to her face. Again, same powder, dark deep, and I'm using that to snatch her nose. Yeah, so like always, bottom of her nose, that's gonna give us more lifted effect. And I'm basically blending that nose contour with the eyeshadow. Here I further intensify the highlight. I'm using Laura Mercier powder with a sponge, really close to the nose, and that's gonna give you a really skinny nose. A lot of people ask me like, how do I contour the nose? So basically I put the bronzer on the sides of the nose and then I go back in with the setting powder and keep it very close to the nose, in like, you know, in order to create a very skinny legend nose. Here I'm using the black eyeshadow, and again just smudging out the bottom of a lash line and a tiny bit on the top as well. I popped on some mascara and lashes, and here I am doing the lips. So for the lips, I'm using Chestnut lip pencil, which is a deep brown lip pencil, and just aligning her natural lip shape. And for the lipstick, I believe I used a shade called Shrimpton, which is again very beautiful nude lip pencil or lipstick, sorry. So if you see me applying anything directly, it's basically I sanitize everything in my kit before I go to my clients. So I disinfect using alcohol on tissue, and then just like, you know, literally sanitize everything basically. Here I'm using lip gloss, and I believe I used a Mineralise lip gloss, which has been discontinued, but you know, there's so many other lip glosses you can use which is gonna give you the same effect. Here I'm just you know, blending that powder under her eyes. Now to highlight the face, I use All Darling highlighter and just on top of her cheekbones basically. Oh, that glow is everything, don't you think? Here I'm just popping that highlighter on the tip of her nose. Here I'm just setting the face using Morphe setting spray, which is a very fine mist. And this is the completed look. I hope you guys liked it. Please let me know what you think and share it with your friends and family. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.